Welcome back. Let's look at our to-do list. So we are going to start with cost price now. What we're going to do is we're going to look at production cost and total cost price, variable cost, and then calculating the cost per unit. After that, we will go to selling price, then to general formulas, and after that to the break-even point. Now, production cost and total cost price. The total cost price of any goods or services includes two groups of expenses. The first one is your fixed costs. Now, that is expenses that the business has even if the business does not produce or sell anything. It is also called its overheads. Then the variable cost is the production cost. This is expenses incurred to make each item that the business sells or pay for the services that are provided. Calculation of variable cost. Now, the variable cost should include the cost of each component required to make an item that the business will sell or to provide a service. The variable cost depends on the time it will take to recoup production equipment expenses and also the cost of all the ingredients or components to manufacture the item. If we look at the cost price is the amount needed to produce a specific item without making any profit. So it will be calculated as total cost is the fixed cost, which is rent, salaries, installments, etc. Remember, that is your overheads, plus the variable cost, and that entails your ingredients, extra wages when needed, water and electricity. Let's look at a calculation. Sia went shopping for ingredients to make and sell quarters. He spent 300 Rand on ingredients, 150 Rand on electricity, so it's 300 on ingredients, 150 on electricity, and he rents a kitchen for 50 Rand. If he makes 15 quarters, calculate this cost price per quarter. So what's going to happen is first we are going to add all those costs. It's the 300 Rand of the ingredients plus the 150 of the electricity and also the 50 Rand for the kitchen. And then we're going to divide it by 15 because that is the number of quarters that he will produce. And then we'll see it's 33 Rand and 33 cents per quarter. Let's look at selling price. Now, to determine a suitable selling price, the selling price of services and goods is usually calculated in such a way that it covers the total cost price of the service or goods and make a profit. So my selling price is going to be my total cost price plus my profit that I'm going to add. Now, there are three main methods to determine the selling price. Number one, to add a fixed amount to all the costs. Number two, add a profit margin. Or number three, do market research and then you decide on a suitable selling price. So first, it is an amount. Second, it will be a percentage, and then the market will be market value. The selling price must meet three requirements. Number one, all costs must be covered. Number two, a profit must be made, and it must be affordable. Now remember, when you calculate a selling price, you must not price yourself out of the market. People still need to be able to afford your product, but you also need to make a proper profit. Otherwise, the small business won't be viable. If we look at a selling price calculation, to get a suitable selling price, 2 calculations can be made. Number 1, the business can decide what their profit margin will be and then calculate the cost of the item. Then it would be the cost price times the profit margin and itself, and that will be the selling price. Or the other one, to calculate the possible percentage profit if the price is market related, and then decide whether the business will be viable. So there you will use the percentage increase formula, where you say the selling price minus the cost price over the cost price times 100, because we want a percentage, and then you'll know whether it's going to be a profit or a loss. And that brings us to another break. Let's quickly go and get yourself some water, whatever. I'll see you soon.